All right, Shalom. I like to say, call Loa, Hawala, was all praise on glory in Hebrew to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Makar Kadash, the bonus deposit, Ills, Millstone. Blessed God, the elect, few sisters, and the Israelite foreigners that's waking up, storing those truth. My name is Kamal from GMS Cleveland branch. Got an article for you, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit the scriptures, all right? I know we're gonna medify them. All right, this is from CBS News. It says Iran Supreme Leader warns of regional war in Middle East if U.S. attacks. Iran Supreme Leader warned that any attack on the country by U.S. would spark a regional war in the Middle East following the President Trump's threats to intervene militarily in response to the Islamic Republic's crackdown on recent nationwide protests. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's comments made while speaking to the crowd at his compound in Tehran, and as quoted by the Tasnim news agency, are the most direct threat he's made so far since the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier group arrived in international waters off Iran and the Persian Gulf. Mr. Trump has mentioned his desire to curb Iran's nuclear program in his recent remarks, but it remains unclear whether Mr. Trump will use force. He has repeatedly said Iran wants to negotiate. He said he wanted to continue negotiations last year before then deciding to strike Iran's nuclear sites last June, supporting Israel's 12-day war with the country. On Saturday, Mr. Trump declined to say whether he decided on what he wanted to do regarding Iran now. In Tehran, Kahim claimed that the U.S. is interested in the country's oil, natural gases, and other mineral resources. He said America wants to seize this country just as they controlled it before. The Americans must be aware that if they wage war this time, it will be regional war, he said. The Supreme Leader added that we are not the instigators. We are not going to be unfair to anyone. We don't plan to attack any country, but if anyone shows greed and wants to attack or harass the Iranian nation, we'll deal a heavy blow to them. Speaking to reporters upon his arrival at the wedding of Dan Scavino, White House Deputy Chief of Staff, and Aaron Elmore, the Director of Art and Assembly at the U.S. Department of State, at Mar-a-Lago on Sunday, Mr. Trump reacted to Kahim's comments, saying, Of course he is going to say that. We have the biggest, most powerful ships in the world over there. A very close couple of days, and hopefully we'll make a deal. We don't make a deal, then we'll find out whether or not he was right, Mr. Trump said. Oh shit, this dude be talking shit, man. This dude Trump be talking shit, man. Cause this Iranian leader Kahim. All right, he said, I'm gonna go back to what he said. Where is it? Yeah, this is what Kahim said. He said the Americans must be aware that if they wage war this time, it'll be regarded as a reasonable war. He said, we're not. I'm gonna get straight to it. He said, but if anyone shows greed and wants to attack or harass the Iranian nation, we'll deal a heavy blow to them. So Trump said, we're gonna see you about that life, about that heavy blow shit. This dude be talking, man. He be talking a lot of crap, boy. Kahim also hardened his position on recent demonstrations after earlier acknowledging some protesters had legitimate economic grievances. The demonstration began December 28th, initially over the collapse of Iran's rival currency, and soon grew into a direct challenge to Kahim's rule. The recent sedition was similar to a coup, he said. We already know those Asian provocateurs in that protest. Of course, the coup was suppressed The goal was to destroy sensitive and effective sensors involving in the running of the country. For this reason, they attacked the police, government centers, revolutionary guards, facilities, banks, and mosques, and burned copies of the Quran. They target centers that run the country. So you see that move was done, strategically. All right, it was calculated. U.S. based human rights activist news agency, which relies on network of resources inside Iran to gather its information, says it has verified the deaths of 66,713 people, most of them demonstrators, that the authorities have detained at least 49,500 people. So far, the Associated Press has been unable to independently address the death toll arrest figures, given authorities have cut Iran's internet off the rest of the world. Other sources have told CBS News and other media that the actual death toll across the country is substantially higher. As of June 21st, Iran's government put the death toll at a far low 3,000, saying 2,000 were civilians and security forces, labeling the rest terrorists. In the past, Iran's theocracy has undercounted or not report fatalities from unrest. Even this government figure exceeds the death toll reported from any other round of the protests or unrest in Iran's decades of recalls of chaos surrounding the 1979 revolution. Iran has planned a live-fire military drill for Sunday and Monday in strategy Strait of Hormuz, the narrow mouth of the Persian Gulf through which a fifth of all oil trade passes. Strait Hormuz, the narrow path of Persian Gulf through which a fifth of all oil trade passes. The U.S. Military Central Command, which is Pentagon's regional combative command for the Middle East, has warned against threatening American warships or aircraft during the drill or disrupting commercial traffic. So this Iran's a major player in the end-time prophecies because this is how this Third World War is going to, begin or really set off. All right. Iran is a key player, man. Okay, and Iran is in legion with the Russia and China, which formed through the BRICS nation. All right, and we know through Ezekiel 38 chapter that God shall be a guard unto them. It mentioned the Persians. All right, when you read it, we already know what how things are going to go according to biblical prophecy. See, people, they don't have the full answers due to the fact that they're just doing things off speculation and hoping in the back of their heads that it don't succumb to this with could possibly it could be a third world war, which is going to happen. All right, people, they just don't have the end all be all answer. All right, they don't know what's ahead coming down the tunnel, but we do. The prophets of Yahweh Shem Shah, we do, because the Lord gave us that eyesight. He gave us the understanding of what's to come. All right, we're enlightened. We are the enlightened ones on the righteous side. We're the Illuminati on the righteous side. All right, we are the illuminated ones because we see through the darkness. All right, we see through the darkness. All right, and it's all thanks to Yahweh Hashem Shah that we're able to see these things. Okay, so I'm gonna get these scriptures. All right, let me see. It's Isaiah 14 and 14:9 says, "Hail from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming." Hell, talking about death, right? Death is ready to meet you Edomites, man. Okay, because you control the world right now. It says, it stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. So the dead, the Lord calls these nations the dead, man. Because basically compare them to Israel, man. All right, they don't have that lively spirit, man. They don't have that they're just robust about them. All right, the other nations compared to our nations, man. All right, we just what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. We just different, man. All right, we're just different. My mind went blank right now. I couldn't think of the word. I had it to my tongue, but yeah, our people, man. We just different, man. All right. If it come back to me, it's likely because I'm thinking of so many things right now. But yeah, that's why it even goes. If you don't know what it's talking about when you're reading this verse, I'm going to read it again. It says, "Hell from beneath is moved for thee, even to meet thee at thy coming. Is stirred up the dead for thee. Is it even, right? All the chief ones of the earth." So it had raised up. It had raised up from their thrones. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All right, so all these other nations, all right, they're angry at the fact that America, Babylon the Great, is intruding on their business. All right, as far as eternal, all these eternal affairs. All right, everything that's going on between the European countries, America's always got their nose in their business. All right, and the most recent of being these other nations' business is the Greenland thing. All right, the Greenland thing with Denmark. All right, and then the whole thing about Israel. Okay, with the whole Gaza situation. America and Iran. All right, America and Iran. All right, so these other nations, they raised up from their thrones. All right, and they're ready to go to war with you. Okay, this is verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as us? Art thou become like unto us? You're right, because America's economy has plummeted. All right, and to the fact that we're America's looking to these other nations, all right, to prop up the economy. America's looking to take resources from their own allies, man. Okay, to keep themselves afloat. All right, and that's backfiring because the other nations ain't taking too kindly to it, and thus isolating America and making it, everybody's enemy. All right. And also too, they have nuclear capability. That's what it means as they become weak as us, economically too, and because America's not a first world country anymore. I mean, it still is, but at the same time, it still ain't. If you give my drift, okay. And then, like I said, other nations, they can protect themselves because they have alliances amongst each other, and also they have resources and trade. They trade and have resources amongst each other, and they got that nuclear missile. That's the most important part. They have got that nuclear missile. America is no longer the bully on the block anymore. All right. As Revelation 16:12 it says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the earth, upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Right, and that's happening. That's already happened. I'm gonna pull it up. Let me see, because I had it pulled up. There it is. Pull this up. Put this real quick. It's already happening. It's been happening, matter of fact.
Well, something very interesting is happening in Euphrates River. For the past few weeks, people have started finding gold as the Euphrates River is starting to dry up. This might actually sound like good news because people are finding gold, it's free money whatsoever, but there seems to be something very interesting that's going on with the Euphrates River as the river starts to get dried up every single year. Now let's take a look at one of the footage that we have where people actually found gold inside of Euphrates River. Now this one right here is one of the footage of what people have been finding as the river starts getting dry. Now, as you can take a look at this, this is a Syrian who's actually trying to farm gold in Raqqa, which is located in the Euphrates River, and they've been finding stones and tiny particles of gold all over the place. Now, we also have another footage right here. Take a look at this.
I'll be right back. Shit.
Do you want to play with me?
Sure. You want me to help you with your groceries?
So he just starts clearing out the mud, and people are just gathering up together in order to go ahead and farm this free gold that's all over Euphrates River. And look at that stuff. There are massive shards, like massive shards of gold that's being found in all of this place. And this is actually happening right now in the Euphrates River. And people are getting free money out of nowhere. So it seems like they also have mixed up stones with like the gold shards. So there are some very tiny particles of gold that's available in here. But yeah, the good part is it's actually free, that everyone's getting it. Oh, look at that. That's pure gold. Now, although this thing might actually sound very good, but there's something seriously wrong with the Euphrates River right now. Because I did some research about this whole stuff, and I actually found out that these things are actually related to some of the religious scriptures. Now, although the Bible actually talks about the Euphrates River completely drying up, there's something very interesting about the Islamic scriptures, which is the Quran, which basically states that during the times when the Euphrates River is going to be drying up, which is supposed to be like the end times, that's when the Muslims' prophet Muhammad, he basically warned his people not to go ahead and farm this free gold that's going to be appearing in the Euphrates as the river starts drying up. And this whole thing was already foretold 1,500 years ago. Now, a lot of people are really shocked that they're getting free gold from the Euphrates River. And some of the guys who lived by the Islamic faith, they're actually happy because we're finally entering the final days. And as the river gets dry, they now see that gold is appearing out of nowhere, just like the prophet said. And I started to go ahead and take a look on whether or not if this is mentioned in the scriptures of the Bible. But unfortunately, it seems like the Bible does not talk anything specifically about finding gold in the Euphrates River. But however, the scripture actually mentions that the Euphrates River during the end times is going to be drying up. Now, if you take a look at the river's rate is drying up as quick as possible.
So I want to get to
like in 2021, the drying up started, and it went all the way, dipping down to 73% of all the water being completely dried up. And from 2021, it's already been 4 years. We're currently in 2025, and it seems like the river's rate is drying up as quick as possible. It seems like very soon, in the upcoming years, probably in 2027, the entire river is going to be completely dried up to 100%. That's what the archaeological Israel by God himself, which means that eventually if Euphrates River dries up, they are going to be the ones that are probably going to go ahead and try to take over the place because there's a lot of gold in there, a lot of free money. So that eventually is going to lead to probably a conflict between free money or you still...
Okay, y'all got the point. All right, you saw the timeline of how it dried up. This actually happened. All right, this was it because you typing in chat GPT and then like, you know, pastors and churches, those linebackers pastors in the churches say it's symbolic. No, this is going to be an actual physical thing that was going to happen, and as you see, it clearly did happen. All right, and why did it happen? It tell you in this verse. It says, I'm gonna read the whole thing. It says the sixth angel pour out his vial upon the great river Euphrates. The water there was dried up, that the way the kings of earth might be prepared, right? Because they got to bring their tanks, their military forces, okay, through that region, man, all right, in order to gather together for the Third World War, okay? That's why it dried up, okay? No obstacles in the way, no water in the way, so they can come through there, okay, to gather together in that Third World War, man, okay? That's why, all right, and let's see. Yeah, so this thing right here, Trump is he just furthering the prophecy, all right, of the war of Armageddon, Yahweh upon the Hebrew, the Most High's judgment, all right, the final world war and the last one, all right, okay, this is it, man, okay. And these are the things we look forward to. So with this place saying, as you can, man, what the hell is this? What the hell is that? As we can see, based on everything that's happening, as you see, scriptures talk about watch as well as pray. That it's close, all right? It's close for our kingdom to be ushered in, and close for the Edomites' kingdom of going down, because this is what the story is all about: Jacob and Esau. All right, and this is how the kingdom of heaven is going to come through much suffering, much pain. All right, and these are the birth pains, also too, of the of the destruction of this place. The Lord compared it to Egypt, compared the destruction of America like a woman getting pregnant, man. That's giving birth to a child. All right, and the birth pains they're getting closer and closer. All right, and it's about to get ready to have that baby. That baby representing the destruction of this place. All right, so just keep watching. You know what I'm saying? Keep staying on your watch hour, man, because that's what the Lord chose to do. With them, give our praise and glory to Yahweh, Shem, Shaddai, I'm supposed to illustrate, Mr. Bless God, the excuses is like from the